Aces and Ashes. Chapter 9. Heart of the Oasis. The air in the Mirage room, usually heavy with the scent of stale nostalgia, crackled with a manufactured electricity. Tonight, the meager dozen odd souls were replaced by a sudden surge of curious onlookers, drawn by a buzz that had rippled through the Oasis Palace. Ethan Blackwood, the illusionist, stood bathed in a single, focused spotlight, his worn tuxedo replaced by a sharper, custom-tailored version that gleamed faintly. This was no ordinary performance. This was the prelude. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan's voice, amplified to fill the entire casino floor, resonated with a power and confidence unseen in years. Tonight, I will perform the greatest illusion of my career. A trick of unparalleled scale. I will reveal the true heart of the Oasis Palace. His voice held a double meaning, lost on the crowd, but resonating like a gong for those listening elsewhere. High above, in his penthouse command center, Victor Thorne's eyes narrowed, fixed on the live feed of the Mirage room. The true heart of the Oasis, he murmured, the phrase echoing his own obsession. He knows. Activate Phase 1. Send a team. Quietly, his security chief, always anticipating Thorne's commands, already had men moving. Ethan's performance began, not with cards or coins, but with a daring escape from a seemingly impenetrable steel cage, a vintage prop he'd dusted off. Smoke billowed, lights flashed, and with a dramatic flourish, the cage appeared empty. The crowd gasped, then applauded, oblivious to the true nature of the escape that had just transpired. Ethan, using a hidden trapdoor and a pre-set tunnel entrance, was already gone, slipping into the hidden passages beneath the stage, leaving a bewildered, delighted audience behind. His exit triggered the first stage of the grand illusion. As Thorne's security team, now less quiet and more urgent, swarmed the Mirage room, searching for the elusive magician, a series of pre-programmed, localized alarms began to wail in distant parts of the casino. A fire alarm on the third floor, a security breach alert near the kitchens, a power flicker in the main vault area. Confusion blossomed, diverting Thorne's forces, stretching them thin. Meanwhile, MJ Juarez moved with a ghost-like efficiency through the service tunnels, her mind a living blueprint. She was navigating towards the sub-basement, towards the defunct repeater station connected to the echoing heart. The antique key, now on a chain around Ethan's neck, was their only access. Her task was to re-establish the connection, to prepare the complex, obsolete system for a broadcast that would shake the city to its core. Echoing heart, Sector B9, MJ muttered to herself, her voice a low hum, a litany of coordinates and schematic details. She carried a custom-built, portable relay device, cobbled together from discarded electronics and specialized antique components. She worked in the cold, damp air, her breath visible, illuminated by the beam of her headlamp. Suddenly, the distinct sound of heavy boots echoed in the narrow tunnel behind her. Thorne's men, they had cut through the casino's initial diversions, their relentless focus zeroing in on the source of the anomaly. The hidden passages. They're behind you. Ethan's voice crackled through the comms. MJ had jury-rigged, a pair of old, short-range walkie-talkies. Go, I'll create a bottleneck. MJ pressed on, her nimble fingers flying over rusted control panels, bypassing corroded wiring. Her architectural memory was phenomenal, but the physical reality of the aging system was a battle against decay itself. Every switch was stiff, every wire brittle. Above, Ethan moved through a parallel service tunnel, a phantom in the gloom. He heard the approaching shouts of Thorne's men, their determination chilling. He smiled, a grim, dangerous curve of his lips. Time for a little performance. He triggered a series of hidden smoke canisters he'd installed days earlier. Thick, non-toxic smoke instantly billowed into the tunnel, engulfing Thorne's advancing team, their shouts turning to choked coughs. Then, from a concealed speaker, he projected a cacophony of disembodied voices, whispering their names, echoing their fears. The men, blinded and disoriented, stumbled, firing wildly into the opaque haze, hitting nothing but air. Ethan slipped away through a hidden panel, moving into a disused ventilation shaft, leaving them to grapple with their unseen foes. He doubled back, using his knowledge of the tunnels to intercept another group of Thorne's men. He activated spring-loaded panels that slammed shut behind them, creating temporary blockades, forcing them to waste precious minutes prying open the heavy steel. The chase intensified, a cat-and-mouse game through the subterranean arteries of the Oasis Palace. Ethan, light on his feet, would appear and vanish, a ghostly presence, leading Thorne's men deeper into the labyrinth. He deployed his full arsenal, a strategically placed strobe light in a narrow passage, designed to disorient, a cleverly installed tripwire that dumped a cascade of harmless but startling dust and debris onto their heads. Even a series of recorded, blood-curdling screams piped through hidden speakers to fray their nerves. "They're getting frustrated," Ethan reported, his breath coming in ragged gasps, but a spark of exhilaration in his voice. "I'm leading them towards the old conduit hub, just like we planned. But they're not slowing down much." MJ, meanwhile, had reached the defunct repeater station. It was a relic, a monument to forgotten technology. Dust lay thick on ancient dials and corroded switches. The air was heavy with the smell of ozone and decay. This was it, the heart of the architect's secret. She began her work, a frantic dance against the clock. Her fingers, nimble and precise, rewired connections, bridged broken circuits, and bypassed security measures that had been obsolete for decades but still capable of thwarting modern tech. She worked from memory, the complex schematics of the retrieval system, playing out in her mind, every symbol, every line, every component etched permanently there. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet vibrated. Heavy footsteps, closer than before. A new team, smarter, faster, had found her. "They're here," she gasped into the comms, a note of desperation in her voice. "They found the main access. I'm almost there." Ethan's voice came back, strained. "Distract them, MJ. Buy me time. I'm coming." He launched into a new burst of speed, his legs burning, pushing himself towards her location. He had one last, desperate trick up his sleeve. MJ, facing imminent capture, knew she had to buy precious seconds. She noticed a series of emergency power conduits running along the wall, directly above a precarious, rusted catwalk. A dangerous idea formed. With a grunt, she pulled a heavy wrench from her bag, swung it, and smashed it against the conduit. Sparks flew, a shower of brilliant, violent light. The old system groaned, then short-circuited, plunging the entire section of the repeater station into darkness, save for the weak glow of her headlamp. Thorne's men, bursting through a service door, were momentarily disoriented by the sudden blackness, their flashlights sweeping wildly, trying to pierce the gloom. MJ used the precious seconds, scrambling higher onto the catwalk, her hands working furiously on the main broadcast panel. She reconnected a crucial data cable, aligning the ancient frequency tuners with an almost impossible precision. Ethan arrived, bursting into the repeater station just as the first of Thorne's men managed to adjust to the darkness. He saw MJ, precariously balanced on the catwalk, her face streaked with grime, illuminated by her headlamp, a fierce determination in her eyes. And he saw Thorne's men, closing in. "MJ, the key!" Ethan yelled, thrusting his hand forward. "Activate the final sequence. Now." He produced a handful of smoke pellets, tossing them to the ground, creating a blinding, choking cloud. Then, he lunged at the lead mercenary, a blur of motion, distracting them, drawing their fire, buying her the last few, critical moments. MJ, clinging to the railing, fumbled for the key that Ethan had thrown. Her fingers closed around its warm, familiar shape. The stylized desert flower seemed to thrum with a frantic energy. She pressed it against a final, hidden panel on the console, a keyhole she had only seen in her mind's eye from the blueprint's intricate detail. It clicked into place. With a surge of power, the ancient machinery whirred to life, a low, resonant hum filling the chamber. Lights flickered on the console, indicating connection, transmission. The echoing heart was now truly alive, its contents ready to burst forth. "It's broadcasting," MJ shouted, her voice hoarse, exhilaration overriding fear as she saw the final indicator light glow green. "The truth bomb is being sent. Thorne's secrets are going live." But the mercenary Ethan had engaged was strong, brutal. He landed a crushing blow to Ethan's ribs, sending him sprawling. As Ethan fell, the antique key, dislodged from the console, spun away, sliding into a dark crevice beneath the repeater station's massive generator. No, Ethan choked, trying to reach for it, but the mercenary was on him, bringing a heavy boot down. Thorne's other men, having navigated the smoke, were now swarming the catwalk, reaching for MJ. "Go, Ethan," MJ screamed, already swinging on a loose cable, using her agility to evade capture, dropping into another hidden passage. "It's out, now we run." Ethan, battered but resolute, saw the key, glinting faintly in the dark. So close, but the immediate, overwhelming threat forced his hand. He had bought MJ the time she needed. The broadcast was happening. The truth was out. Now, survival. He rolled, dodging another blow, scrambling into the same passage MJ had taken, leaving the priceless key behind, a silent sentinel amidst the dust and shadows. The climax was unfolding, a desperate race through the heart of the Oasis, where the stakes were not just their lives, but the very foundation of Las Vegas itself.